What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And I'm telling you right now, this WNBA CBA negotiation thing is looking very bad. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to New York. Let's get it. Let's go. I am here to tell you, man, it ain't looking good for Caitlin Clark 2026 season. Now, I know a lot of y'all been kind of mad about me saying these things I've been saying about the WNBA, which is fine. It's fine. The things I've been saying about Caitlin Clark hype. I just want to be transparent with y'all because when the fall come, it's going to hit hard for everybody. I just got to keep it real. You know, look, I will take one for the team. And that's what I've been doing in the WNBA genre. Because I've been putting y'all on notice with everything that has been happening. Told y'all about the Caitlin Clark hype. Told y'all how the Indiana Fever messed up her shot. Reason why she was hurt was because of them adding all that muscle. Y'all got to go back and look, bruh. But it's cool. I take one for the team. Now, with that being said, I told y'all the funeral was coming. The WNBA might be over with, at least for the foreseeable future. That is because they want all this money that they do not have. And I hate to say this because I love Caitlin Clark so much. And for those of y'all always wondering, Caitlin Clark poster is still back there, bro. Yes, I still support Caitlin Clark with the utmost, dog. Now, this is being because I hate to see this for her. I hate to see her potentially not be able to come back and show the world how great she is for a third time because we can't get a deal done now. Now, Alexa from ESPN released this article right here, man, and she stated this right here. It stated WNBA CBA negotiations at an impasses 11 things that got us here. To me personally, I feel like it's more than 11 things that got us here, but we'll check this out. It says 3 months after the end of the 2025 season, the WNBA and WNBA National Basketball Players Association remain at an impasse as they work towards a new collective bargaining agreement. Now, Nafisa Collier, she spoke about this on I think in a press conference for Unrivaled, which Unrivaled is just completely in limbo right now, and they need not say nothing about ratings ever again. Like, don't even speak about ratings. I don't even want to hear the R word come out their mouth, bro.
I definitely wasn't expecting it to blow up the way that it did. Like, I knew people in our community obviously would see it, but I definitely didn't know that I was going to gain the traction that it did. And sorry, you said, how do I feel now, like a couple months later with our negotiations?
Yeah, and the focus of a lot of that comment was about the leadership. So how are you feeling about the leadership?
Yeah, I mean, nothing has changed like since then, but I feel really confident in our PA and where we are with like internally with our players and the future. Just in that the conversation has been had now. Like, people are seeing, I think that change needs to be had. It's coming from so many different directions that so many people feel this way. And I think we're just really excited for the future and what that has to hold, and especially with, all these different leagues popping up, Unrivaled, our CBA negotiations, like the future just seems so bright. So I feel good about it.
So that was her speaking to ESPN, man. The article goes on to say the deadline January 9th came and went without a deal, which we already know that. Now, it stated January 2020, the WNBA and WBPA agreed on a groundbreaking CBA. That was the CBA that they just got. So that one was big at the time. Now, with that being said, prioritizing a new system, preparing players to put the WNBA first ahead of overseas commitments. Now, what's also introduced, when it went into full effect in 2023, players could be suspended from the WNBA season if they arrive late to training camp. It wasn't unpopular among players, but it was agreed upon. June 2020, WNBA announced bubble system. Now, the bubble system came due to COVID. Now, in 2022, capital raise announced. A capital raise featuring new investors and existing WNBA and NBA owners brought in $75 million that was used to supercharge the WNBA business growth, including better marketing. So that was in 2022. Now, what also happened that they should have reported on in this article is that Kathy Engelbert sold about 15% of the league, I believe, in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Now, do they talk about her selling the WNBA, here we go, right here. WNBA gave up 16% of equity stake, muddying the waters of its ownership structure. 42% of the league is owned by the WNBA owners, 42% by NBA, and 16% owned by other investors. Now, some critics have called out Kathy Engelbert for undervaluing the league. That's exactly what she did. I just got to be honest, bro. Then we're going to skip past to 2023. Now, this is Alexa Philippou speaking about this, man. Hopefully it played, don't show an ad. Y'all know it's going to show an ad, so we're going to read this a little bit. It says, fresh off the first WNBA championship, the Las Vegas Aces unveiled 64,000 fans, which they came and did their part. But now let's listen to what Alexa Philippou said.
It does seem like there's a lot of momentum in this direction that we could potentially, barring some unforeseen changes, see a deal done within the next few weeks. I would say maybe at the beginning of the new year. And it seems like the WNBA, the league, this is actually not something they would just not only be supportive of, but this might have actually been their preference all along for the Sun to end up back in Houston. If you remember, Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, actually said at the press conference announcing the 3 new expansion teams in June that Houston was, quote, the one we have our eyes on, the one that's up next. She specifically called out the Rockets owner, Tillman Fertitta. So even though that this is still kind of in the works and there's not necessarily a deal signed right now, it is important to know that the Sun have already committed to having their 2026 season held here at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, right? You know, an hour away.
So that was about the Sun. Now, here we go to the good stuff. New wave of WNBA expansion began. The league expansion grew teams in 15 years when it was announced Golden State Valkyries, which we already know. Got league coming to Cleveland and Philly and Detroit. And then Caitlin Clark come, bro. When I feel like when Caitlin Clark came, everything changed. The ladies was hella mean to Caitlin Clark, and then they got kind of big-headed. It stated, Caitlin Clark drafted into the WNBA, bruh. Fresh off her Breckenridge senior season at Iowa. Y'all already know Caitlin Clark averaged nearly 3 million views every time she picked up a damn basketball. Y'all screwed her over. Then Paige Beckers. When do Paige Beckers come? Paige Beckers came last year. But as of right now, man, it's looking bad for the WNBA. And we all should be concerned about Caitlin Clark 2026 season. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this one, man. Keep them bells on. I will be back with more content. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, dog. Peace out.